Samutrika, faculty in the Material Science Department and also the Dean of Alumni Relations at IIT Hyderabad. On this auspicious day, campus has witnessed laying foundation stone for BVR Mohan Reddy School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, inauguration of Technology Innovation Park and Research Center Complex. And now we all have gathered here for another foundation step, signing off MOU between IIT Hyderabad and Greenko for setting up of the School for Sustainable Science and Technology, in short GSSST. And we'll also exchange the MOU with eFlow later today during the ceremony. We are honored to have various dignitaries with us today who spared out valuable time from their precious time to share our happiness and witness the events. Our chief guest for today is Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Honorable Minister of Education. We welcome you, sir. And our guest of honor is Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Chairman, Board of Governors, IIT Hyderabad. On behalf of Greenko, we have Shri Anil Kumar Chalamala Sethi, Chief Executive and Managing Director, Greenko Groups, and Mr. O.P. Bhatt, Independent Director and Chairman of Board of Directors of Greenko. We are also privileged to have Shri Srivari Chandrasekhar, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India with us. We are also very delighted to have Shri G. Kishan Reddy, Union Minister of Tourism, Culture and Development, Northeastern Region of India and Member of Parliament, Secunderabad. We also want to thank a lot Dr. A. Sharath, IS Collector and District Magistrate, Sangareddy, for all the help, and also M. Raman Kumar, Superintendent of Police at Sangareddy. Without further ado, we would like to invite our Director, Professor B.S. Murthy, for the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, friends. It's a real momentous occasion for all of us to have Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, amongst us. We have been eagerly waiting for his visit to us, which has been pending for quite some time. We wanted to look for an opportunity to have him on the campus. And today, a number of opportunities came together. And today, as you all know, we are actually celebrating today for 4 different reasons. One is our beloved BOG Chairman, Dr. Mohan Reddy Garu, has, with his magnanimous support, wanted to have a school of innovation and entrepreneurship set up at IIT Hyderabad. You are already possibly aware that we have been nurturing innovation and entrepreneurship in a big way at IIT Hyderabad. We even started calling ourselves, our name IITH, as inventing and innovating in technology for humanity for quite some time, last 2 years. And we also have a department of entrepreneurship here. And in fact, Dr. Mohan Reddy Garu teaches a 1-credit course. I don't think any other IIT, the BOG chairman, possibly teaches a course. This is very, very unique of IIT Hyderabad that we are honored to have him teaching a course to us. And this is one occasion we are celebrating. We just now our Honorable Minister of Education, Dharmendra Pradhan ji, has laid down the foundation stone for that, and we are soon going to see this building coming up and a lot of activity in the area of innovation going to be nurtured there. Another 2 buildings have been inaugurated just a few minutes back. One, a building which we call it as TIP, Technology Innovation Park, where the startups can be nurtured. Many of you are aware that IIT Hyderabad has been supporting a lot of startups. In the last I would say more or less close to about 6 years, IIT Hyderabad has taken a leap forward kind of an approach with more than about 100 startups supported, close to about 200 patents IIT Hyderabad has, and I don't think any other second generation IIT is anywhere close to us in this respect. And that is something which we wanted to support it further with a building which is of around 1.5 lakh square foot area. And that is just inaugurated. We are soon going to fill that with a number of hackathons, identifying the talent in the country and bringing that talent to IIT Hyderabad, mentor them, give them whatever support that is needed so that India can grow, not just as a Atmanirbhar Bharat, but as a leader giving light to the whole world. So that's the direction in which we want to contribute IIT Hyderabad in our own small way. That's another. And also what we call it as a research center complex, where sophisticated instruments, including an animal house, we want to set up. Even we would like to have an R&D fab facility coming to IIT Hyderabad. We would like to set up all those sophisticated instruments in that RCC, which is just inaugurated. And more importantly, we are also gathered today for another very important momentous event where we have Anil Chalamaseti garu here and Mr. Bhatt is also here. They represent Greenko, and Greenko is a well-known company, all of you know. And they also have not only been doing wonderful work in the area of energy, in the area of climate change, in the area of sustainability, they also are a great philanthropist. And that philanthropy is something that they are extending it to IIT Hyderabad. And today we are signing an MOU and exchanging an MOU today to set up a school for what we call it a school for sustainability and climate change. And you are possibly aware that IIT Hyderabad has a department of climate change, again very unique, that I don't come across a department of climate change in any IIT among the 23 IITs that we have. So that's another uniqueness of IIT Hyderabad, and Greenko has seen that uniqueness and felt that we should come together and work in this particular field so that India becomes a hub for developing technologies which are sustainable and show path for the whole world. So these are the 4 events that are making today a very wonderful day for all of us to remember. Once again, thanks to our Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji, for gracing this occasion and being with us and blessing us and giving all the necessary support which he has been giving. And I look forward to continuous support from you, sir, to continue this journey and to demonstrate that IIT Hyderabad does its best in this field of innovation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Murthy. I would like to request Professor Murthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, and Shri Anil Kumar Chalamaseti, CMD Greenko, and Mr. O.P. Bhatt, Independent Director and Chairman of Board of Directors Greenko, to please come forward for signing of the MOU in the presence of our Honorable Minister, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan. I request Dr. Preeta Bhattacharya, Head of Department of Climate Change, to please address the gathering and tell us a little bit more about the MOU.
Very good morning to all the honorable dignitaries present here and my esteemed colleagues. On behalf of the Department of Climate Change, I would like to start with thanking Government of India for bringing academia and industry closer together, for working hand in hand to make India better and to create an example for the whole world. For Greenko for their futuristic vision and substantial investment, Professor Murthy, our Honorable Director, for creating this opportunity, Professor Raja Banerjee for facilitating the process, and of course all other colleagues who were involved in different stages to reach here where we are today. Now, to facilitate sustainability, United Nations has set forward 17 Sustainable Development Goals. With less than a decade to reach those targets, India herself has 17 different targets on similar lines. And the deadline is this year when we celebrate our 75th Independence Day. While on some indices we are doing quite well, but even the well-performing states, they do fairly bad when it comes to climate vulnerability. And one example that typically comes to mind is the cyclone Amphan that hit the eastern coasts of India some 2 years back. Nevertheless, it's an ambitious and a necessary task to comprehensively address these growing concerns, and the Greenko School of Sustainable Science and Technology at IIT Hyderabad will provide this much needed platform. It can aid to integrate academic knowledge with practical know-how. It will bring together scientists, practitioners, engineers, policymakers, and of course students to reshape our future. At its core, the school will facilitate research and development. It will promote education programs, including undergraduate, postgraduate, research scholars. It will also promote doctoral research. It will promote as bridge engineering courses and other courses within IIT Hyderabad as well as beyond. In our vision, the school will be structured as a hub that manages seamless participation across all departments of IIT Hyderabad and centers of IIT Hyderabad and beyond IIT Hyderabad for interdisciplinary sustainability research. In this context, The Department of Climate Change will closely collaborate with the school. Research from the department to name a few has so far focused on renewable energy, sustainable infrastructure, smart cities, resource recovery from waste, machine learning-based algorithms, wind farm layout optimization, circular economy, bioelectrochemical systems, microbial fuel cells, hydrogen energy, biofuel cells, climate policy, governance, climate science, among others. We thrive to continue the trend and achieve even more through this continuous support and state-of-the-art research and technological contributions with this support from Greenko. Thank you once again. Let us all work together to achieve a cleaner, greener, and sustainable future for India. Thank you.
I would like to now invite Shri Anil Kumar Chanamala Sethi for sending about further from the Greenko side the details of the MOU. Welcome, sir.
Very good morning and warm welcome to you all, especially the Honorable Union Minister for Educational and Educational Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, and B. Monody Garu, Chairman of Board of Governance, and IIT Director Murthy Garu, and Saito we had from JICA, and of course Badji and Mahesh. I'm extremely proud for that and happy to be here today at this auspicious moment and in front of the whole intellectual India. How we're going to stepping up the whole transforming the India positioning towards a globally into the climate change challenge. What the whole world is being feeling today. Today we understand that climate change is not actually an real, and how we actually as every one has to participate and how do we contribute. With the vision of the actually Honorable Prime Minister Modi, when he was 2015 when he started the Renew Reinvest India, where he actually engaged towards and setting up a large, tall targets of 1.2 gigawatts of 900 gigawatts of renewables, which India was one of the unique countries out of our G27 countries where we were able to achieve our targets, while most of the European countries couldn't be able to achieve the targets. And today, further to that position, we have a larger targets for 2030 to do 500 gigawatts of renewables and contribute towards this battle towards climate change. And I think this program of School of Sustainability and the Technologies will enable Indians to position globally while we've been taking benefit of technologies from globally. Today we have opportunity how do we contribute towards the global into the technologies and contributing them back to the global markets and how to bring the technology to localization is a great opportunity. We feel very proud of it. Thanks for again opportunity, and especially when we were working with Dharmendra Pradhan ji and then when he was in Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, we were closely working on how to do a decarbonization of the petroleum industry. He was so engaged and driven the whole initiatives of oil and gas industries to get into the green hydrogen and greening the whole refining industry. In the process, he got so engaged into the importance of climate change, and I was very, very glad that as we moved the ministry, he thought about us, gave us the opportunity to inviting us towards in contributing this academic program. We're very glad for that. Thanks a lot.
IIT Hyderabad has probably witnessed one of the most lasting relationship with JICA and an immense support from JICA. Can I invite Mr. Saito Mitsu-Sonori, Chief Representative from JICA, for a few words, please?
Honorable Minister of Education, Government of India, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, distinguished members on the dais, and all my friends of IIT, faculties, researchers, staff, and students. And ladies and gentlemen, namaskar, good morning. On behalf of JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency, I'd like to convey my heartiest congratulations on the successful completion of Technology Innovation Park and Research Center Complex supported by JICA. These buildings are going to contribute to acceleration of research work, academic activities, and the business incubation at IIT Hyderabad in the future. Allow me to draw your attention that this ceremony coincides with the landmark year of 70 years of diplomatic relationship between India and Japan. And many new facilities are expected to be completed this year on this campus through our funding to further celebrate the year, which is, of course, also memorial for as the 75th anniversary of India's independence. Well, JICA's holistic program to support IITH started in 2007 when Prime Minister of Japan and India committed to developing a new IIT in Hyderabad. Over the 15 years since, 15 years of our collaboration, we have supported IITH for development of its infrastructure, research development, and human resource development through a series of programs and projects with full involvement of academia and the private sector of Japan. Technology Innovation Park, designed by Professor Kawazoe, University of Tokyo. It will be the hub of innovation and incubation activities for startups and researchers. Research Center Complex, designed by Professor Ono, again, University of Tokyo, is equipped with labs, clean rooms, and other sophisticated high-end research equipment for young students and researchers. It's my earnest wish to see progress in research efforts, innovation, and business incubation at these facilities. In May this year, the Honorable Prime Minister of Japan and his Indian counterpart, Honorable Prime Minister Modi, met at Quad Summit in Tokyo. Among various subjects discussed by two leaders was on bilateral cooperation with promotion of trade and technology partnership between two countries. I firmly believe that IITH is a shining example of such cooperation since the institute has been and remains to be one of the crucial centers for technological innovation in this country. So completion of these facilities today is quite a significant milestone. But I also look forward to seeing other buildings under JICA's support being inaugurated in the near future. And finally, innovation will flourish throughout the campus for a brighter future of India. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。Dhanyavad.
I request Mr. Thak to please express his vision and thoughts about the MOU.
The Honorable Minister for Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, Professor B.S. Murthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, distinguished dignitaries on the dais, my colleagues from Greenko, and most esteemed audience. I am delighted to be here at this function. A function which is going to launch Greenko's School for Sustainability, Science and Technology here at the campus of IIT Hyderabad. And it is being launched by none other than Minister of Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan. The time for this has come. I'm glad that the Minister is inaugurating this. Thank you, sir. You see, during the last century or so, humankind has made unprecedented all-round economic progress. The level of comfort, facilities, lifestyles that even the most ordinary of human beings has is far, far larger than the mightiest of the mighty emperors of yore used to have. You have running water, you have flush toilets, you have abundance of all material things. You can traverse the entire planet. You have mobility. You have energy at the flick of a switch. And then you have this ubiquitous mobile phone with thousands of apps in it. And there is almost anything and everything that you can do maybe by, moving your fingers. But yet, ye dil mange more. Human beings, it is natural. It is natural for human beings to aspire for more and more and more. And even as we aspire for more and more economic well-being, we aspire for more leisure, we aspire for more personal growth, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. As we do all that, in doing so, we should not wreck the planet. We should not exploit all its resources. We should not make it unsustainable.
We should not hasten climate change. And yet, there is plenty of evidence that this is exactly what we are doing. I think you mentioned about the typhoon Amphan. There is enough evidence across the world through a series of activities, plentiful and abundant, cloudbursts, heat waves, tornadoes, hurricanes, cyclones, melting of the polar caps, the continuous warming and changing of the seasons, and above all, the destruction of flora and fauna, species. And scientists tell us that hundreds and thousands of species are becoming extinct every day. Every day, as we speak, hundreds of species are becoming extinct. All this is evidence that the planet is hurting. The planet is under attack by us. And most of us, at least in this audience, are acutely aware that this is indeed the case. Planet is sick, is under attack, is hurting, needs help. Only we can help it. In spite of this, this has not, at least as yet, led to any behavioral change amongst human beings, right? How many of us are careful of not wasting water? How many of us have abandoned the use of plastics? Do we travel less? Do we walk more? Do we pollute less? Do we consume less of resources and energy? We know that we should, but we don't. Clearly, a lot more awareness is required. More knowledge, more data, deep insights, deep enough to touch our emotional cord, leading to eco-friendly behavior. And it is here where I imagine that the Greenko School of Sustainable Science and Technology has a very, very important role to play. It can make a great contribution, not only at the level of individual awareness and behavioral change, but also help harness the enormous opportunity that India presents, not in the least, by what the Prime Minister has done, by committing to the propagation of renewable energy across our country to accelerate India's transition into a sustainable economy. Some of the things that the school will be doing is, I just read them out. It will pursue areas in renewable energy, energy storage, hydrogen, green molecules, carbon capture, all geared towards circular and regenerative economy. And it will also deal with industrial ecology and green chemistry. Now, all this research and development and learning from all these activities which will take place in this school, along with the operations and executions on renewable energy that Greenko as a company does, it will create a positive feedback loop that can generate new scientific and technical understandings and tools on one level and deep impetus for behavioral change at the other level, so that the two together we can reclaim the planet for our children and our grandchildren. I have 3 grandchildren, and I spent 6 months with them in the US recently. And I would always heard every day that when they are teenagers, when they get married and all that, what kind of world would they be living in? Terrible, really terrible. So all of those who you have grandchildren, if you love them, and I know this is one of the laws of humanity, that once your grandchild catches hold of your finger, you are sold to him or her for life. Think about them. Think about the planet. Think about ecology. Think about Greenko and what he's doing today. So, of course, whatever Greenko is doing today, a lot more needs to be done. But I think it's a good beginning. In fact, it is an excellent beginning. And I must thank the Honorable Minister for it. But for you, your initiative, your commitment, and the steps that you took, we would not be here today inaugurating this school. So thank you, sir, very, very much. But I think that now this needs to be replicated across eminent institutions in India and globally. I have been with Greenko for about more than 5 years now, and every day has been a great learning. Anil and Mahesh, they're great visionaries. I've rarely seen people of this stage show the kind of entrepreneurship, the visionary, the risk-taking ability that they show. I'm a banker. I worked 40 years in a bank. Thereafter, for 10 years, I've been in the boards of leading companies across the world, multinational. I have yet to come across people like this. And it is because of them that Greenko is so entrepreneurial. It's so cutting edge. It is so forward-looking. There's so much of intellectual ferment around Greenko all the time. Today it is this school, tomorrow God knows what it will be. Maybe it will be a university in Mars or something along with Elon Musk. I will not put it past these two gentlemen, they can do that. So I feel it in my bones that this humble start today will catalyze both technical tools and responsible human behavior and catapult Greenko into a global thought leader in the field of sustainability and help steer the world and the planet into a better place. So to this, I say amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. May I now request our Chairman Board of Governors, Dr. BVR Reddy, for the presidential address, please.
Honorable Minister for Education, Skills Development, Entrepreneurship, Government of India, Shri Dharmendra Pradhanji, Professor B.S. Murthy, Director of IIT Hyderabad, Mr. O.P. Bhatt, Mr. Anil Chalmasetti, Mr. Mahesh from Greenko, Sri Saito Mitsunori-san from JICA, many other dignitaries I see in front of me. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. Still around the time, yeah. At the outset, on behalf of IIT Hyderabad, let me extend a very warm welcome to the Honorable Minister and also to our guests on this momentous day for IIT Hyderabad, which is making a beginning with four new initiatives. The MOU with Greenko, which all of you have witnessed, we're setting up a School of Sustainable Science and Technology. It's called GSST. We inaugurated in the last half hour or so a brand new Technology Innovation Park, which is called TIP, and the Research Center Complex, which is RCC. And we also did the groundbreaking for the School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Signed to be brief, it's just we coined the word, School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, all in the hands of Honorable Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhanji. All these four initiatives, if you look at them, there's a common thread. This is leading into innovation, leading into research and development, and also it addresses two critical areas of social impact. One is climate change, and the second one is entrepreneurship. The World Health Organization calls climate change as the greatest threat for humanity for the 21st century. Climate change is threatening many parts of the world in terms of food and water scarcity, increased flooding, extreme heat, and several more things. I'm sure those of you who follow the news from around the world, you must have heard about how heat waves have happened between all the way from Japan to Italy, breaking all average records for months. And as of yesterday, Japan was reeling under so much amount of heat, melting under heat as it was called on the headline news, that it was not recorded since records were kept from 1857. And to top it all, we also are seeing the other extreme, is on one side, the Western world has enjoyed the best of industrial revolution, but they seem to be paying very scant respect for the climate change. There was a Supreme Court judgment which happened on Thursday this week, which curtails the amount of powers that the Environmental Protection Agency has, which is a big setback for them. So for a healthy, livable planet, we need to phase out coal, and we need to accelerate the transition of renewable energies. Under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, India has placed climate change in the core of our environmental policies. India took the bold pledge in 2021 by asserting at the crucial International Climate Change COP, or it's called COP26, that's the only country delivering letter and spirit the commitments under the Paris Agreement. India is pledging to become net zero emitted carbon by 2070 and by achieving 500 gigawatts of non-fossil energy capacity by 2030. To realize these commitments, leading renewable energy companies like Greenko are working on wind, solar, hydro, energy storage assets, and many more through initiatives such as greenhouse migration, climate risk management, conservation and restoration of habitats, and finally, circular economy. It's indeed very fortunate that Greenko decided on IIT Hyderabad to further these initiatives by setting up the School of Sustainable Science and Technology. They've been extremely generous and benevolent in terms of giving us a fairly large grant. On behalf of IIT Hyderabad, I'd like to thank Greenko and its CEO, Amin, and their joint CEO, Mahesh, for their choosing of IIT Hyderabad. And I'd like to assure both of them that we will make sure all the commitments that were made to you are fully met by the institution. Thank you very much, and let's give them a round. Let me move on to one other topic dear to me. Entrepreneurship is a perfect engine for job creation. It fuels innovation, and it will definitely lead us to become Atmanirbhar Bharat. Technology disruptions of the recent past are driving innovation at a pace which has never been experienced before. And innovation is driving into incubation and thereafter into startups. In the recent times, what we have seen is this technology progress has been so fast that people have started calling the current decade as tech aid. Digital technologies have become central to life and business and learning. Technology is solving some of the most complex business problems and equally societal problems. New businesses are only a solution to the problem of rising employment needs in this nation because of the demographic surplus we have in this country. Startups are the backbone of our economy, and as they develop the required entrepreneurial skills in the youth, will create numerous employment opportunities. The entrepreneurial ecosystem in India is thriving. I'm sure some of you follow these numbers. There are over 100 unicorns as of May this year. And if you look at them, you certainly would believe that we all will regain our renewed confidence and also think about our capabilities. Unicorns are creating wealth. And they're currently valued at about $330 billion, this 100 plus. And that translates to about 25 lakh crores of rupees. That's the wealth creation that they did. And just the government registered startups have created about 6.5 lakh jobs. So I'm just trying to emphasize how important startups are for this nation. Several steps have been taken by Government of India under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji to promote the startup ecosystem, such as ease of doing business and a clear direction of reform, perform, and transform. This leads us into a perfect setting for startups and entrepreneurs and for India to stand tall in the knowledge-intensive global economy. The setting up of the School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, signed as it's in the short form called SCIENT in IIT Hyderabad, will go a long way in furthering technology-led innovation and entrepreneurship. This initiative aims to nurture and develop a world-class innovation and entrepreneurial talent from India in the IITH campus. We are developing new curricula at this school. We will provide support to the startups in terms of well-curated skills, venture finance, intellectual property, and negotiation skills. SCIENT will also offer a course-based program for entrepreneurship. IIT Hyderabad is the first and probably the only one which gives you a minor in entrepreneurship at the BTech level degrees. But we'll increase them, will now be accessible to provide education to executive education and also certificate courses to others consistent with the National Education Policy, NEP 2020. I have to wear the other hat as the chairman of Board of Governors of IIT Hyderabad in thanking thanking SCIENT Foundation and also the Shibodhi Foundation for choosing IIT Hyderabad for setting up the School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Before I conclude, let me take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Minister for taking time to visit IIT Hyderabad in spite of his extremely busy schedule. Sir, I'm aware that entrepreneurship and climate change are very dear to you. And you inaugurating this initiative at IIT Hyderabad is very gratifying to us. IIT Hyderabad in the last 8 years has made tremendous progress, and I'm grateful to the Honorable Minister for all his support and guidance to IIT Hyderabad. I also like to thank the Government of India for launching NEP 2020, which is path-breaking, and which is going to make a big difference in the future of our nation. And more importantly, I'd like to thank the Honorable Minister for the amount of rigor and passion he has in implementing NEP 2020. A big thank you to the Minister and a round of applause here. With some of these initiatives in education at several institutions in India under the leadership of the Honorable Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, I'm sure India will make great progress with our education system in coming years. Thank you.
Now is the time to hear our Honorable Chief Guest, Minister of Education, Government of India, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji. Sir, we look forward to hearing from you.
Good afternoon, friends. Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Chairman, Board of Governors, IIT Hyderabad, Chief Representative of JICA, Sri Saito Mansuniryo, my dear friend Anil Kumar, Mr. O.P. Bhatt from Greenko, Director IIT Hyderabad, Professor B.S. Murthy ji, my dear friend Mahesh from Greenko, distinguished faculty members of IIT Hyderabad, Vice Chancellor IFLU, Mr. Suresh, representative from industry, students, friends from media. Today, I congratulate Mr. BVR Mohan Reddy for donating generously for a School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. I congratulate all his colleagues from his foundation for his generous gesture. Today we inaugurate the state-of-art Technology Innovation Park. Today we inaugurate the Research Center Complex. And today we witness one historic signing of MOU between Greenko and IIT Hyderabad for a Greenko School of Sustainable Science and Technology. I think with Mahesh and Anil's generosity, Hyderabad IIT got its first substantial contribution for sustainability. I congratulate both Mohan Reddy ji and Anil and Mahesh. Rightly, they took responsibility of society. Friends, today, what are the challenges? After 34 years, Prime Minister Modi envisioned national education policy. Today, we all are in the 21st century. In a way, we have crossed past 2 decades of 21st century. And we're in the era of industrial revolution 4.0. In last few centuries, when we passed through the different phase of industrial revolution, for the first time, there is a symptom, there is a sign, India can play a major role in this industrial revolution 4.0. And I'm here in the IIT Hyderabad with this confidence in this journey of future. You all will carve out a place for yourself, for the state of Telangana, for our country, for entire globe. I am confident IIT Hyderabad is going to play a major and big role in the future journey. But I'm thankful to JICA, Mr. Saito, for his generous contribution to build up this modern day temple. We all are committed to fulfill the dream of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for Atmanirbhar Bharat. When we are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, this is not only meant for Indian citizens. If I cite 2 examples in city of Hyderabad, the company from Hyderabad, Bharat Biotech, has developed an answer for the global crisis. And the serum company of Pune is providing vaccine to half of the globe. These are the 2 scientific evidence. When all the global players are putting their own condition, whether they will be binded by indemnity or they will take responsibility, they all are in debate. Their offer are conditional. But when we develop our own innovation, own vaccines, we never put any condition. Today, India is safe after this multi-layer of COVID wave due to more than 200 crore doses are already given to Indian citizens, and we are supplying to different part of globe as a vaccine gesture. This is the achievement of our scientific community of our country. This is Atmanirbhar Bharat for me. This Atmanirbhar approach will lead to global harmony, to global peace and global development. Today morning, I was interacting with the deans of this institute. When we were talking about the future roadmap of this institute, rightly as a dynamic leader of this institute, Murthy Saab mentioned me, we have a vision to take this institute up to the student strength of the 20,000. I put up my view, give my view on that issue. Since last 1 year, friend, today is July 2nd. Last year in July 7th, I took charge of Minister of Education and Skill Development. As a student of public policy and public practitioner, as a public policy practitioner, my learning of last 1 year is what should be the role of an IIT? Should it create more technocrats, more scientists or generalists? Or should IIT create more focus innovation, technology? Today, there is my dear friend Anil ji is here. Anil and me and Mahesh, we all were engaged during my Minister of Petroleum days. He came to see me during COVID period. How to, in those days, 2 years ago, we all are talking about hydrogen as a alternative fuel. Today, due to geopolitical scenario, the crude oil price is more than $120. This is unaffordable for Indian economy. Not only Indian economy, lot of developing countries, emerging economy are not able to, with this high price crude oil, they can face the bill. So India, we have lot of things to do. We have to give basic service to our citizen. We are committed to give energy justice to our citizen. Today, India is the number 3 energy consumer in the world. After China and America, we are the number 3 energy consumer. But our per capita energy consumption is 1/3 of the global average. That means in next 25 years of Amrit Kal, when India will be completing 100 years of independence from Britishers, we will be the number 1 energy consumer in the world. How do we arrange our basket? How do we source our energy? On that quest, Anil, Mahesh and me, we met. Can hydrogen be an alternative? Yes. Technologically, hydrogen is a proven and affordable energy source. The challenge in India is price. If we scale it up, then there is an answer. There is affordability. And lot of other things are there, transportation, storage, all these things are there. Being an innovator, being a risk taker, both of them are committed to create new models for energy. This energy innovative, I think the Mahesh and Anil's duo has developed a unique model of energy storage. When we are talking about energy storage, we are talking about how do we store the energy frequency at a point. But they have developed Indian models. Pump storage, blending with solar energy and hydro energy, and giving 24/7 green energy to the consumer. And I agree with Mr. Bhatt. We have to think about our future. We have to look into the need of the society, and as a responsible global leader, Prime Minister Modi took responsibility, though India is not one among the major pollutant. Our carbon emission contribution is very minimal. With that also, as a responsible global leader, Prime Minister Modi took charge. Yes, we'll generate this much of renewable energy and will reduce the carbon emission up to this percentage. And how do we find the answer? Unless until the niche institute like IIT will come forward. On that quest, when we took charge of this ministry, on a lighter mood, I asked Anil, why don't you, my basic understanding, unless until we will catch the bull's horn, we will face the problem front to front, we cannot solve the problem. Gone are the days India will only be a consuming economy. Today morning we are discussing, we are importing machines. We are not developing machines. We are a user of machine, we are the user of technology. Why can't we develop the machine? Which machine will give global solutions? In the IT industry, Mohan Reddy and all their colleagues are providing IT solution, implementing IT solution all over the world. But are we in a position to give end-to-end solution in the emerging IT area, in the AI area? I'm happy IIT Hyderabad is giving UG courses in AI. Few months back, one of the leading multinational company, Indian origin multinational company, CEO came to see me and he advised me, you invite Indian origin professors, all part of the world, those who are into AI. Because AI is the future, semiconductor is the future, green energy is the future. These are the frontier area. And no more India can be a consuming country only. We have to innovate, we have to develop, we have to create our own model. That model will not only going to solve India's problem, it is going to solve global problem. In that way, we'll take responsibility of global community. This is our idea, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We count entire human being as our own family. And India has its own heritage and its own tradition to fulfill its responsibility. I'm confident. So in a lighter mood, I give my mind to my deans and my friends. It should be a center of excellence. Because you need not worry about the number. Those who have a fire within their belly, they will find out the way. I cite two examples in this stage. Professor Murthy is not a student of IIT. Dr. Mohan Rao is a student, product of IIT. Congratulations to Dr. Mohan Rao. But that doesn't mean Murthy Garu is a small man. And let us go to my dear friend Anil. I was asking about him, in which institute you studied? Sir, I studied in the 4 colleges, none of them give me degree. Due to his entrepreneurial nature, he did not stop with a degree. He did not appear in the JEE advanced examination. In another lighter mood, I was jokingly sharing my view with my professor friends. Through AI, every day, technology company we are thinking, we are exploring new things. It's not like that. Technology company are exploring our psychology every day, every moment through AI. Google is providing you your choice of topic. Unknowingly, you have been trapped. You are not getting information. He is getting your information. This is AI to my understanding. And this, and our Indian community is very smart in that way. In the quota is a symbol. In every city, every state, there are 2-3 small quotas. Every state. Nowadays, every district there is a quota model. In charge of education ministry, I was once reviewing the JEE examination. Last year, how Who is taking JEE examination? Who is setting the questions? Who are the students? Usually students are from the 12th pass by any of the state board or any of our CBSE board. And NCERT is the basic curriculum in charge of the up to 12. They are not preparing the question. The question is prepared by IIT professors. Who is setting the benchmark? Quota friends are setting the benchmark. Every year, the professor from IIT thinking, okay, this quota guy is cracking my knowledge level, so let me put another difficult layer of question. Every year, quota syndrome, rural part of Telangana, rural part of Assam, rural part of Rajasthan. I did not pronounce the name of my dear friend, Saito Mistunori. This is right pronunciation? How do I pronounce rightly? Previously, I know I could not take your name in the right pronunciation. But now I am taking it Saito Mistunori. How do I do that? Because my office in Odisha, in a translation, sent me this translated pronunciation few minutes before. So I am reading that in Odia. See the strength of this language. I am reading that in, because in that way I am an Odia. By born I am Odia. My mother tongue is Odia. So I will be confident in my Odia. So I pronounce in Saito Mistunori. Because my office sent me it translated. Friends, technologies are available. Technology is meant for greater communication. Technology is meant for ease. Technology is meant for greater understanding. Unfortunately, in our country, with our limited knowledge and our vision, we thought elite organization, English is the elitist language, and these are the instrument of growth and knowledge. Friends, NEP has given an alternative view through local language, through Indian originated knowledge base, Indian knowledge system based knowledge. And finally, what is our requirement? If I give you one statistics, friends, our local language, our population of this country is around 135 to 140 crores. The working age group in our country is globally starts at 50. If we calculate the age group of the 15 to 25, that means at the age of 15, a boy will be get into economic opportunity. He is able to join in the workforce. Legally, it is possible. Up to 25, he is learning. Learning as a student, learning as a PhD student, learning as a postdoctoral student, learning as a master student, learning as a UG student, or earning without any training also. In our system, skill development is not a formal organizational ecosystem in our knowledge ecosystem. Skill is a category 2 of knowledge. Though we have to go through a skilling process. In the era of Industrial Revolution 4.0, the era of digitalization, we did not know what kind of opportunities are there in our mobile phone feature. There are so many windows, so many apps we are using, half of them are not used by us because we did not know the skill. So every citizen, skilling is a lifelong learning requirement. 15 to 25, this is the age group of learning, skilling, reskilling, upskilling. That number in our country is more than 25.15 crore. 25.15 crore. With that, if I count my higher education, out of that 25 crore, around 11 crore are coming to any formal system. To secondary schools, to higher secondary schools, to polytechnics, to higher education institutions. That means another 14 crore youngsters are not getting any formal education and skilling system, but they are eligible for economic contribution. Friends, tell me how a country who has an aspiration, who has an ambition to become $5 trillion economy, by default, which country will become the number one energy consumer by next 25 years? If we will not empower capacity or skilling or education to our youngsters, how do we fulfill the aspiration? This is a simple thing. Every student, every youngster has a dream of getting employed. That's my proposition to all of you, those who are in stage or those who are as a professor, as a student, those who are in front of me. Let us, in the 21st century, after 2 decades with our learning of past, let us change the definition which NEP has envisioned. We have to change the mindset of job seeker. Today, if a student is getting a degree, what is his next step? What kind of package he is getting in the campus interview? This is our parameter of performance. And in every year, my media friends are here, they might be publishing in IIT Hyderabad. This year, our students' package is this much. This is the parameter of performance. Let us change the parameter of performance. If a student, how much new job he has created, how much new dignified way of living he has given to his colleagues, to his society, that should be the new parameter of education, skilling, performance and achievement. And I strongly believe a young institution like IIT Hyderabad is the right place to envision this global expectation. And mark my word, friends, this is not going to give an answer to Indian society. This is going to give an answer, and IIT Hyderabad can be a model for emerging economies. This is our understanding of global responsibility. That's why through this prestigious organization, I have requested both the BOG president and director sir to create a world-class skill development center. We are developing IITs, UG courses, PG courses, doctoral courses and postdoctoral courses. We are developing incubation centers. We are creating startups. We are creating unicorns. All are fine. But create a productive economy. To create a producing or manufacturing economy, we have to create a robust manpower. Technology is moving very fast. So societal growth and expectation is also moving very fast. An institution like IIT and community like you, country has a lot of expectation from all of us, especially in institution like IIT. Friends, I'm happy all the noble persons are here gathered today, and all the noble aspirations are here to be fulfilled. I'm confident with this effort of this different kind of activities, will serve our motherland, will serve our country, will serve the humanity. Thank you for inviting me to this prestigious moment. Thank you, friends.
May I request Dr. Modi and Dr. Gideon to please present a memento to our Honorable Minister.
Very quickly, friends, you are all aware that India wants to grow in a big way on the semiconductor. 76,000 crores Modi ji has put to ensure we have a wonderful ecosystem. And that ecosystem, to support that, we need human resources. IIT Hyderabad has taken a big lead in that direction to ensure we have various programs. For example, this year we are starting a BTech in microelectronics. We are starting an MTech in electronic packaging, starting an MTech in semiconductor materials and devices. And we would like to have a strong collaboration with Taiwan to ensure that our students are trained on the hands-on on the semiconductor ecosystem. For that, one of the stumbling blocks is language. So as a result, we are looking forward to people who can train the students on the Mandarin. And in that connection, we have Professor Suresh, who came forward to help us to ensure that students, not only IIT Hyderabad students, but for the whole country to teach Mandarin so that we can have a good students exchange program happening. And that's the background of this MOU. Professor Suresh, you want to say a word?
Honorable Minister for Education, Skill Development, and Entrepreneurship, Sri Dharmendra Director IIT, we want to represent all distinguished guests sitting on the list of days. It's indeed a proud moment for the English and Foreign Language University to enter into an MOU with IIT Hyderabad. Our strength is languages, and their strength is technology and engineering. And if two parties come together, sky is the limit. The new education policy focuses on integration of humanities with STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And if humanities come together, sky is the limit for the students. And we have come together only because Honorable Minister Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, ever since took the reins of the ministry, he made us run to implement the new education policy, and we have been on our toes to implement the new education policy. And recently we had a meeting of Blue Ground, wherein 40 plus centrally funded institutions could meet in Hyderabad, and IIT director was the one who coordinated it. And we could come together, and because of that, today we could enter into an MOU with the IIT Hyderabad. This would go a long way in the future of the students in Hyderabad and also students across the world. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Shiksha Mantriji. Namaskar.
May I request Professor Murthy to please hand over the directive to Professor Suresh. Please escort.
Respected Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, Guest of Honor, Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Chairman, BUG IIT Hyderabad, Sri O.P. Bhatt, Chairman Greenko Group, Sri Anil Kumar, Managing Director of Greenko Group, Sri Mahesh, Joint Managing Director of Greenko Group, Mr. Saito Mitsuri, Chief Representative from JICA, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I consider this my privilege towards the vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have made it convenient to attend this momentous occasion at IIT Hyderabad. On behalf of the Institute, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests for making this function a great success. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to respected Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, for gracing this occasion as the chief guest. His presence today in this function has immensely enhanced its importance. We are grateful, we're extremely grateful to you, sir, for your insightful address. We are deeply grateful to Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy for presiding over this function and for his enlightening address. I would especially like to thank him and the SCIENT and Shibhuti Foundation for joining hands to support IIT Hyderabad in establishing the BVR Mohan Reddy School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. I would like to thank Sri O.P. Bhatt for his very insightful thoughts on climate change and the association that Greenko is establishing with IIT in Hyderabad. I would like to thank Sri Anil Kumar and Sri Mahesh from the Greenko Group for signing the MOU to set up the Greenko School of Sustainable Science and Technology. I express my sincere thanks to Mr. Saito for representing JICA and sparing his valuable time to attend this event. I would also like to thank JICA and the government of Japan for their continuous support to IIT Hyderabad. I would also express my sincere thanks to the district collector, Sri Sharad, and Superintendent of Police, Sri Ramana Kumar, for attending this function and supporting the institute. I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the esteemed guests who have taken time out of their busy schedule to attend this function. Lastly, My thanks to my colleagues, officers and staff of allied agencies who have worked with great dedication to make this program a grand success. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे